Hey everyone, this is Michelle Alexandria coming at you with a quick look at the Hisense U8K Monster 100-inch TV. I paid how much? $29.99 for this TV. So basically $3,100 to have Best Buy bring this TV out, set it up and install it. And I want to talk about it for a few minutes. This TV is broken. And I wanted to start off. Want to start off by saying that the picture on this TV is amazing. I really love the SDR picture on this TV, but Dolby Vision is once again broken on this TV, and I've come to the conclusion that Dolby Vision on every TV seems to be broken this year, or at least all the TVs I've played with this year. Um, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating me to no end. And here I'm trying to give it is frustrating me to no end because you watch this TV. I finally got the SDR stuff set up. Out of the box, the TV requires a little bit of fussing around with the settings because the black levels are raised on this TV to the point where it gets a little weird. It starts to look like blooming, but it's not. It's just that the black levels are raised, so you have to drop the black levels down to about 2 or 3 to get the picture kind of just so. And once I did that, then the picture really started to pop for me. But unfortunately, that doing that leads to actually crushing the blacks on this TV. So that was a little bit frustrating. But again, it's Dolby Vision. I could live with this TV with the SDR mode because SDR in this TV is brilliant, and upscaling is not an issue. I was watching, especially since I find that most of the content I watch is in 1080p anyway. So any modern TV would do a great job with 1080p and even 720p content. It's when you're watching 480p where things get messy. Or maybe YouTube TV, but I don't watch YouTube TV at all because I think YouTube TV looks terrible and not worth the $80 or $90 they charge for it. So that's not an issue for me. But watching Netflix HD or 4K, or watching any kind of like 4 HD stream on Max or Peacock, or even the crappy quality content that's on some of these Asian drama apps, it looks perfectly fine. It looks fine to me. So I had no issues with that. But like I said, Dolby Vision is just busted on this TV. And when I say busted, I mean I think the TV manufacturers have overcorrected. Where last year calibrators complained about Dolby Vision over brightening the midtones and all this other nonsense. And I was like, Dolby Vision was perfectly fine to me last year. But this year, it seems like Dolby Vision is all about quote unquote accuracy. So if you like the cinema modes or filmmaker modes on your TVs, then this TV will be perfectly fine for you. Me, I hate the out of the box cinema settings, and I hate the out of the box filmmaker settings on these TVs because I think they make the picture look washed out, dark, drab, and they just look lifeless. They look dead. And that's how Dolby Vision looks on this TV. And that's all the Dolby Vision modes. And the same thing happened with my QM8 and a little bit with my G3. But with the G3, you at least had the Dolby Vision bright setting where you could bring all your colors and your pop and your brightness back to your TV. You don't have that on this. You only have like 3 settings on this TV for Dolby Vision, which is like, well, 4 if you count Dolby Vision Game. So you had Dolby Vision Game, you had Dolby Vision Standard, Dolby Vision Cinema, I believe, and Dolby Vision IQ, which is supposed to be your bright mode. But none of those modes get bright. And it's really frustrating because if you watch content normally, then the TV looks brilliant. But then the minute Dolby Vision plays, it's like, what the hell happened to this TV? It just breaks. And I tried gaming on this TV, and gaming was oh my god, it was so broken and so why it was so washed out and so like I don't know what was going on, but it completely all the blacks looked gray and overcast. So I was trying to play a game that I'm not supposed to talk about because I'm in the alpha stage of that game, and it was unplayable. And I don't know if that was because I was in alpha stage or what, but it was unplayable. And then I went to play my Sniper Elite 5. I couldn't really play that because I was really super dark. And the game mode could be great. I mean, it has the sound bar, it has the game bar, and all that kind of stuff. It supports VRR. Unfortunately, the TV only has two HDMI 2.1 ports, one of which is the ER port, and that's really frustrating because the HDMI 2.1 format came out like 5 or 6 years ago. So at this point, there's no excuse for these TVs not to have all 4 ports support HDMI 2.1. Now, granted, as a console player, I've come to just not care about HDMI 2.1 because most games aren't even in. Most console games don't barely support 1080p 30, much barely support 4K 30, much less 4K 120. So I'm not. I'm done chasing that. But it is frustrating because I feel like in 5 years or something, if that ever becomes a thing, I'm gonna have to replace my TV again. So yeah, that is frustrating. But the TV, from an audio standpoint, TV supports all your audio codecs. So DTX, Dolby Vision, all of that stuff is supported on this TV. The built-in sound, because it's such a huge TV, it pumps out some sound. It also pumps out a little bit of heat in the back. So all of that's perfectly fine, and it's just nothing that makes you go wow, but it's good. It's good enough. I think is the phrase for most of my experience with this TV. It's good enough, and it would be good enough if the Dolby Vision wasn't broken. I could live with this TV. Now, as far as the 100 inches goes, I'm to the point now where I'm like, 77 is big enough. 77 is your tipping point. I think anything over 77 becomes diminishing returns. Like when I first saw this TV, I was like, wow, 100 inches is big. But after 2 days, I quickly got used to it. And I don't really notice the immersion as much as I thought I would. Maybe because, and I do sit a proper distance away. So I think I'm like 12 to 14 inches feet away from this TV. So yeah, I don't find that it's not uncomfortable to look at for me. And I have plenty of space for it. Setting this TV up was kind of a nightmare because I have 4 different mounts and none of my mounts worked. I even bought a mount that's made for a 200-inch mount in different VESA types, but the problem was the studs in my wall were too narrow for the mount, so I couldn't mount the TV. So the Best Buy guys set it up on a table, and the TV stands are low on the table, so you don't have any room to put a sound bar or anything underneath it. But what Best Buy did was they put all my components behind the TV, and I really like this look. It's really clean and nice, and I really love the look of how everything is set up on my table. So that's pretty awesome. So I don't have any complaints about how Best Buy set this TV up because I think it just looks pretty nice. It looks clean. It's the cleanest setup I've ever had, and I kind of regret having to go back to the new TV that I just bought, which is coming in about an hour or two. You all could probably guess which TV I bought, but I feel kind of stupid buying that TV. But it is what it is. I'm just kind of I'm done with I'm tired of like changing TVs. I know a lot of you think I just do it to make content, but I honestly do not exchange TVs for that reason because it isn't like I get hundreds of thousands of views on these videos, and I really care about like being a TV reviewer. I'm just kind of walking you all through my experience, trying to just being a normal customer, trying to get a TV that I think I would like for 5 years. That's all. And I kind of wish I just replaced the G2 that I had. That G2 was my favorite TV for like a long time. It's just that the audio broke on it in April, and I've been on this hunt for a replacement for that TV for the longest time, and I just can't find a replacement. I would just get the G2 again, but I had such an amazing deal on that G2 that I'm not willing to pay a higher fee for a 2-year-old TV. So yeah, so I'm stuck in this mode where I had to get the new TV that I'm getting, in the hopes that if I'm to believe everyone else, it's the best of the best. So we'll see. But yeah, overall, good solid TV. And if you like filmmaker mode, then it'll be a great TV for a lot of people. But I'm just not a fan of the filmmaker mode look, where it just washes out everything. It was like no matter how much I changed the settings, I couldn't get it brighter or like poppier or anything in Dolby Vision, and that just drove me insane. And I couldn't get it to work on any of my games either. The only way I got it to work was to turn off HDR on my consoles. And I'm like, why would I have a 4K HDR TV where I have to deactivate all the HDR features? That's nonsense. And that's the only way I would be able to enjoy this TV, is if I turned off all the HDR features on the game mode and when I'm watching movies. And I don't like doing that. I want to get all my stuff the way it's supposed to be. So anyway, that's it. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.